Okay, I'm reacting to the City of Edmonton's 15-minute city plan. District planning. District planning is part of the overall city plan. City plan introduces new planning. It's about changing the way Edmonton plans and supports development and growth. Wow, why does it need so much change? Let's see. Districts and 15-minute communities. Edmonton's communities are its lifeblood. Sure, they are. See updated plans. Propose actions. Okay. To make 15-minute communities a reality in Edmonton, the zoning bylaw will support more activities and uses closer to where people live. Propose actions. Allowing community services such as religious assemblies or childcare facilities in a number of locations. But what if your church is across town? Limiting the size of these establishments and including regulations that would reduce nuisance potential. Not sure about that. I'm not sure what that means per se, but I do hear control, control, control. Fostering 15-minute communities. The city plan has introduced the concept of 15-minute communities, an idea where a city's residents are able to meet most of their needs within a 15-minute walk, roll, or transit trip from their home. Okay. Newly named districts. District policy. There already were beautiful neighborhood names like Strathcona, Glenora. Let's look at this. Energy and climate, energy transition. High density stuff. Nodes. Doesn't sound that great. Nodes. Nodes and corridors. What we have heard to report. So what have they heard so far from people? From their engagements. What we're hearing. Policy opposition. A few comments were unsupportive of existing residents having to pay for the infrastructure upgrades to accommodate increases in density. The policy was criticized as focusing too much on quick wins as opposed to a long-term vision. Well, I'm pretty sure, and I have heard many more points in opposition than that. Big city moves. The future is urban? Why necessarily is it urban? Future city. Regional contacts. Plan at a glance. Big city moves. Big city moves point the way as we deliberately change our city to welcome 1 million. Well, how do they know how many new people are coming? 10% of trips are made by transit and active transportation. So says you. Greener as we grow to 50% of trips are made by transit. That's the goal. So goodbye cars. Or at least that's the goal. As Edmonton's population doubles to 2 million while maintaining its current boundary. Well, is that just a projection or what? Big city moves. What is this big city moves? Okay, Edmonton comes up. I guess it's just a term. But who really wants boldness? People, it could be really radical and wrong. Climate resilient. Here's our meeting.
It's fair to say that homeowners and businesses within the vicinity of Stony Plain Road have serious construction fatigue. Moving utilities off Stony Plain.
Construction fatigue. There'll be more construction in the future with this plant.
Road started in 2019. LRT's construction started in 2021. Ongoing sewage smells through the neighborhood due to cracked manhole covers, construction noise, and ongoing challenges exiting and entering our neighborhood. Can we please have time to recover? Can we sit at the table and be part of the next planning phase? We aspire to engage with council administration. The community is longing to be part of an area redevelopment process. We want to build a community within communities. We are hopeful that you will support our request to pause approval of district plans and
this citizen is desperate for this to be more reasonable. She's begging, can we please be more thoughtful and not go ahead with these crazy plans?
Extend public engagement. We would like to build a collaborative relationship. Thank you for your time.
Right. More engagement, more what the people actually want. This resident of Edmonton is extremely respectful, reasonable. They should listen to her.
However, there's little clarity in the language relating to development on different types of roads, major, minor, collector, arterial, principal roadway, etc., that form primary and secondary corridors. This creates confusion in reading the plans and policy as a suite.
This citizen seems to see that many of the plans are not making sense.
The Scona District Community Council recommends these types of roadways be added to Plan Map 7, Nodes and Corridors, to help identify where intensification and increased height is permitted. The diagrams in the plans also appear to be completely indiscriminate with respect to properties included in a corridor. As an example, much of the property along 61st Avenue, 111th Street, 113th Street, and South 109th Street, where Park Allen, Allendale, Pleasant View, Lendrum, and Malmo Plains are situated, include properties protected from the corridor by green spaces, and are in fact properties that face into their neighborhoods, not onto the main roads.
Okay, this person's really getting into it. She knows her stuff. Details.
To suggest that such properties are to be considered equivalent for development as other properties along corridors is really inappropriate. They are not suitable spaces for development above that of small-scale residential, as their access is entirely from residential roadways internal to neighborhoods, and development of the existing greenbelt would not support greener as we grow.
So ironically, the plan will be less green.
The protective green spaces that currently protect such properties from road noise and damage, for example by collision, are also not suitable for such development as they're too narrow, serve as a dual function such as water management, or would hamper traffic flow to accommodate the entry or exit of residents. Not to mention the loss of softscapes that help to keep Edmonton an attractive, livable, and green city.
Oh, there used to be a song, they paved paradise and put up a parking lot. People used to care about over densification.
Using the west side of South 109 Street as an example, the city is in fact proposing to close the lane access from 109th between 65th and 64th.
Red flag. Closing traffic access, closing roads.
Thus further defining the houses that use the parallel alleyway west of 109th as being within Park Allen as opposed to part of the corridor. And hence there are conflicting messages on how these properties might be developed in the future between the city policy and the district plan that speaks to the 109 renewal project. As I live in Park Allen, I'm aware of these conflicting messages in my local spot. However, I fully expect that there are many other areas that face similar confusions.
Way to go, Diane, concerned Edmonton citizen.
Hazeldean, Belgravia, and many of the older neighborhoods along 63rd Avenue, Argyle Road, and 75th Street quickly come to mind.
She's not only concerned for herself, she's concerned for others too.
If I bring it down to the level of my district plan and my neighborhood, I noticed that on page 6, it says district plans provide direction on how each district will grow to improve connection, accessibility, and quality of life at the local level. But the question is never asked, what if the district plans actually make the local area less livable? And there is a real danger the city will reduce the quality of life in and near nodes and corridors based on what I've seen in my community.
Wow, what if it will all make everything worse? Great question.